Good morning students, I am Benil, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Pondicherry College of Engineering. In this video class, I am going to start Unit 4. So in Unit 4, that is context-free languages, context-free grammar and context-free languages. Okay. So here the first topic is we should know how to eliminate the grammar. Simply you know what is meant by grammar, right? And the grammar, you know, the combination of production and variable, union of variable and terminals and production, these are called as grammar. For example, S tends to A, B, B, slash B, this is called as grammar. The combination of production, this is one production, this is another one production. Okay, we will say this is a grammar. And here we are going to see in Unit 4, we are going to see some normal forms. Normal form means that I will tell you in the next video class, normal forms. For example, Chomsky normal form and Grayburg normal form. Okay, we will study in the next video class deeply what is Chomsky normal form and Grayburg normal form. But in order to solve this Chomsky normal form and Grayburg normal form, before that we should know how to eliminate the grammar. Eliminate the grammar. We have to eliminate some few things from the grammar. What are they? That I am going to teach you now. Okay. So first thing, elimination of grammar. So what are the things we have to eliminate the grammar is, first one is elimination of epsilon production or eliminating epsilon production. Okay, eliminating epsilon production. Second, eliminating unit production. And third one, eliminating useless symbol. Okay, unit production, eliminating useless symbol. Clear? So three things we want to eliminate from the grammar. Why we are eliminating these three things, that is epsilon production, unit production and useless symbol from the grammar is, in order to solve Chomsky normal form and Grayburg normal form, we have to eliminate these three things. Clear? And I am going to explain how to eliminate epsilon production, eliminate useless symbol, eliminate unit production. Before that, you should know what is epsilon production. I have given a few problems here, okay, that one by one we will solve. What is epsilon production? You know what is meant by production? That means combination of variables and terminals. What is variable? Variable means capital letter, terminal means small letter. Clear? Okay. So what is epsilon production is, in a grammar which consists of epsilon, that is called epsilon production. For example, here I have given one grammar, that is S tends to ABB, this first grammar, S tends to ABB and B tends to BB slash epsilon. So this is the grammar. Clear? And in this grammar, I am saying this grammar have epsilon. Okay, see, check it. This is the grammar. S tends to ABB is one production, B tends to BB is one production and B tends to epsilon is one production. So in this grammar, I have epsilon here, epsilon. So I am saying that this production have epsilon, this grammar have epsilon production. Okay, so I want to eliminate this epsilon production. Why? That's what I told you. If the same epsilon production continues in this grammar, I cannot solve some normal forms, that is Chomsky normal form and Grayburg normal form, I cannot solve. So I should eliminate one epsilon production from the grammar. How I can eliminate epsilon production? See, whenever we have to check which variable have the epsilon. See, I have two variables, production starting variable, this is S, and another one production variable is there, B. Clear? So S have epsilon, I want to check. See, S production doesn't have epsilon. If I have epsilon like here, yes, S production have epsilon. But in this grammar, S doesn't have epsilon. So S production have A, B, B. S variable have A, B, B, one production, but there is no epsilon production. So what I am saying is, in this production, there is no, for S, there is no epsilon, But see, for B, I am checking B, I have two production. One is BB, another one is epsilon. So I have epsilon production for this variable B. So I am having B, I am having epsilon. Okay. So first we want to check which variable have epsilon in the grammar. So B have epsilon. So what I am going to do is, first I am going to write the same grammar. S tends to ABB we have to write. Clear? We have to write. See how to solve. I find out B have epsilon, B production have epsilon. So how to solve, eliminate epsilon production is, whatever the variable grammar they have given, you have to write. First S tends to ABB you have to write. Then you want to substitute B's variable as epsilon. Clear? See, I am having S tends to ABB. So here I have B variable. I can substitute B variable, in the place of B I can substitute epsilon. You have to substitute epsilon. Clear? It means, I will say one simple technique, you hide the B. So what you are having? AB. If you hide this B, what you are having? AB. The concept is, you are going to substitute this epsilon in the variable B. So that's what I am telling. Epsilon means empty, we can leave it. So if you leave this one, you will have AB. So I want to write AB here. Clear? Then the same second grammar also I want to write. That means B tends to BB. B tends to BB I have to write. Okay. So now the same thing, you have to substitute epsilon for this B. What you have? Small b. So B. Okay. So now you check this grammar whether we have any epsilon. No. So after eliminating epsilon production, we will get a grammar S tends to AB, B tends to BB, B. Clear? So this is the way to find or eliminate epsilon production, finding the grammar without any epsilon production. Clear? This is the first step you have to understand. Once again I will tell you, first we want to find the variable, which variable have epsilon. So in this grammar B have epsilon. So then I have to write S tends to ABB the same as such, and then you have to substitute the variable B in place of, in place of B we have to substitute epsilon. So I will get AB. Then in place of B you have to substitute BB and B. Clear? Right. So one more problem. See this second question also I am going to explain you now. That is S tends to BA, BC, and B tends to A slash epsilon, and C tends to B slash epsilon. So we have to eliminate epsilon production. Okay. So what the first step I told you, we have to check which variable have epsilon. See whether this S have epsilon. No, only one production BB, BC. Whether this B have epsilon. Yes, I have two production, B tends to A and B tends to epsilon. So B have epsilon, right? We will check. And whether C have epsilon. Yes, C tends to B, C tends to epsilon. So C also have epsilon. Clear? Right. So how to eliminate this epsilon production? Very simple. First solution. First you write the same grammar. S tends to B, A, B, C, and you put slash, that means separation. And I told you B also have epsilon, C also have epsilon. So in place of B you just substitute epsilon. So I will get A, B, C. Okay. And in place of C you substitute epsilon because C also have epsilon. I will get B, A, B. Clear? And another one thing, both place you have to substitute epsilon, you will get AB. C as well as B you have to substitute epsilon, you will get AB. That also you have to write. Clear? Okay. Then next grammar is there, B tends to A, no need to write epsilon because we are applying that epsilon. Then C tends to B. Okay. So this is the way to find eliminating epsilon production. See, after that your grammar should not have any epsilon production. Okay. So this is the way to find eliminating epsilon production. Clear? And second, so I solved these two questions. And second one, eliminating, I told you eliminating unit production. Okay. So you know how to find epsilon production, and now I am going to teach you how to find unit production. The same grammar I am going to take. S tends to ABA slash PA. This grammar I am going to take. Okay. BA and AA slash AB slash A slash B. A tends to A slash A and B tends to AB slash B. You take this grammar. Before that I am going to tell you what is unit production. So whenever the grammar which consists of one variable tends to another one variable. It means if it is the grammar is look like one variable, that means S tends to A, okay, that is called one variable tends to another one variable, that is called unit production. And I will tell you how to find unit production, I mean without a variable. That means S tends to, if you have AA, it is not a unit production. Clear? Because one variable tends to one variable, this combination of one variable and one terminal. Okay, this is not a unit production. Or if you have S tends to AA, this is also not a unit production. One variable tends to one variable gives one variable. If you see this type of production in a grammar, that is called unit production. That also we want to eliminate, because to solve the Chomsky normal form and Graybuck normal form, this cannot lead to an answer. So we have to eliminate. So this is the grammar. You check whether we have unit production. See, first you check one by one production. S tends to A, B, B, A. Here I told you one variable tends to one variable is a unit production. Here I have three variables, so there is no unit production. But another S tends to B, A. One variable tends to two variable, no unit production. Two variable, no unit production. One variable tends to two variable, no unit production. But here S tends to A, S tends to B. Okay, S tends to A. So here I have unit production. One variable tends to one variable and one variable tends to another one variable. So I have unit production. So I want to eliminate this two. I want to eliminate this two. Clear? Very simple. See whether we have in this grammar whether we have unit production. No. See, this is not unit production. Combination of terminal and variable is not unit production. One variable tends to one variable is a unit production. And A tends to A, one variable tends to terminal, that is also not a unit production. Simply you have to understand variable tends to variable, this A tends to A, one variable tends to one terminal, so not a unit production. This is not a unit production, one variable and terminal, this is not a unit production. So I have only two unit production, S tends to A, S tends to B. Okay, so how can I eliminate unit production? Very simple. In the place of this A, you have to substitute A's whole production. Okay. Similarly, in the place of this B unit production, you have to substitute whole B's production. Clear? So I will write you the solution is solution. Just simply understand S tends to, here I don't have unit production, so I can write no problem. Then BA, that also not unit production, no problem. Then AA, that also not unit production, no problem. Then AB, that also not a unit production, no problem. But here I have unit production. What I told you, in this A, you want to substitute this production, eighth production, the whole production you have to substitute there. So in this place, I am going to substitute, I am going to apply this. That means AA/A. And in this also unit production. In that place, I am going to substitute this thing, AB/B. AB/B. Okay. So then the same thing, A tends to, there is no unit production. So I am writing simply A not a unit production, B tends to AB/B. This is not a unit production. So only this two unit production, what I replaced this A variable with their production. I replaced B variable with their production. That is, this is the answer. See, after eliminating unit production, you have to check whether unit production is there. One variable tends to one variable is there. No. See, this is terminal, this is terminal, this is terminal, this is terminal. So there is no one variable tends to one variable. So this is the way of eliminating unit production. Very, very simple and very easy. You have to understand, because next problem you should know this. Okay. Try to work out more problem. I have given notes. Try to work out more problem. And if you have any doubts, you can contact me. Right. Then see, I have, okay. Last one is eliminating useless symbol. Useless symbol. Okay. What you will say whether the symbol is useless, I mean terminal is useless. I mean, for example, S tends to AB. Okay. So this is the production grammar, we can say. And S tends to A, for example, I have A, this is the grammar. See, for /B and A tends to B. Okay. Or simply you should understand AB is a terminal, no problem, terminal string. But A is a variable. So I have to substitute one thing, one terminal for this A, then that is useful production. But I cannot substitute one terminal for the particular variable, that is useless production. Clear? See, for this A, I can substitute this terminal B, terminal string I can substitute. So this is useful production. If I have C, variable C, then useless. I cannot substitute terminal. Variable, no issue. I cannot substitute variable. Okay. This is A, that is useless. See, another one term is there, B, variable. B production is not there. Anywhere I cannot see any B production. So that is useless. I cannot substitute anything, any terminals in this B. So that is useless. Clear? Okay, one example I am going to solve. This example, S tends to AB slash A and A tends to B. Okay, A tends to B. Okay, see, take this as an example. S tends to AB slash A tends to B. See, the same thing I told you. For this A, I can apply this terminal. A tends to B is their terminal. But for this B, I cannot apply any terminal. So, the whole term is useless. Why? Because, see, if I do derivation, S tends to AB. For this A, I can apply B. Okay, so I will get this. I cannot get terminal string. All the terminal string is a correct answer. If I have any variable, then that is not a correct answer. Okay, so whenever I can expand this B, A, I cannot apply any variable or any terminal in place of B because I don't have B production. So this is useless. So I have to eliminate all the whole terms. Okay, even though A is useful, because B comes, so all the times I can delete or eliminate. So the answer is, solution is S tends to, this is useless, right? This is useless. S tends to A, and here I don't have any useful production, so B. So this is the answer. Clear? Okay. So I have, in this video class, I taught you how to eliminate the grammar, and the three ways of eliminating the grammar. One is eliminating unit production, epsilon production, and useless symbol. How to eliminate epsilon production? You have to find which variable have epsilon production, and you want to substitute that variable with epsilon, that means empty. You hide that particular variable and you write. That is the first concept I explained you. And the second one, eliminate unit production. How you will say unit production? One variable tends to one variable, that is unit production, and that particular variable you can apply that production, means you can eliminate unit production. Useless symbol, if you can apply any terminal in the variable, then that is useful production. You cannot apply, that is useless production, so we can eliminate these things. Okay. So next video class, by using this eliminating grammar, I am going to teach you the normal forms. Okay. Thank you.